It's game day. You know, sometimes when you're coaching football, you have to change up your game plan depending on who your opponent is. And sometimes as a party hostess, you got to change up your game plan based on who your guests are. And since my guests are people who have tasted a lot of my recipes, I had to come up with some new stuff for this Super Bowl Sunday. So what I'm going to be making right now is a salted caramel turtle crispy bar, not your normal crispy treats. I've got 6 cups of crisp rice cereal and a 16-ounce bag of miniature marshmallows. I like the mini because they melt better, faster. And then for the caramel, I've got butter and cream, light corn syrup, dark brown sugar, and sea salt. And then for the toppings, I have my sweet and salty pecans. You can find the recipe for this on my video about making crepes. And some mini chocolate chips. Again, these are going to melt a little bit. And some more sea salt. So let's get ready for kickoff. Before you start making the caramel and marshmallow sauce, you want to do 2 things. Number 1, get your crispy treats into a heat-safe bowl because the caramel is going to be very hot and you don't want to burn yourself. Number 2, I've got an 8x10 baking dish and I've sprayed it well with baking spray so my crispy treats will come out evenly and quickly. We're going to start by melting 1 stick of unsalted butter over medium-high heat, and that should just take a little bit. Our butter is melted and I've reduced the heat to medium. I'm going to add 1/2 cup of dark brown sugar, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, whipping cream, and 1 teaspoon of flaky sea salt. I ground it myself out of the grinder. We're going to stir this until combined. The good thing about this caramel sauce is if you have brown sugar that's a little dry, the heat will melt the lumps out. You can just break them down and you can see that's coming together nicely. It's already looking caramely and we haven't even gotten finished yet. Now we're going to cook this about 7 minutes until it gets thick and syrupy. You want to stay nearby and stir it frequently so it doesn't stick or burn. This is one step you do not want to rush because if you do not cook it long enough, your caramel will not be thick enough. I'm at about the 3-minute mark and you can see it's gotten thicker, but it is not the syrupy texture consistency that I want. So I'm going to keep going for another 3 to 4 minutes. The syrup is just about done. You can see it's gotten thicker. Once the syrup is ready, you're going to want to be ready to move quickly. So have your marshmallows at the ready, have your pan at the ready, have your toppings ready to go because this will set up rather quickly. And you can see it is a beautiful caramel color right now. And it's almost the consistency I want. So just about another 2 minutes. And as I'm cooking this, occasionally I will take it up off the heat to stir because the center of the pot is getting much hotter than the rest and I just want to keep it all the same temperature so it cooks evenly. My caramel is about the consistency I want, but you can see where the bubbles are. It looks like parts whiter, not the same color all the way through. So again, I'm going to lift it off the heat and just blend that up. And now I'm ready to add in my marshmallows and I'm going to do it quickly. 1 big dump. And this is going to fill up this pan, but this will melt down. Okay, so you just want to start stirring. You just want to keep stirring this until the marshmallows are completely melted and incorporated. When I make regular crispy treats, I actually do the butter and marshmallow in the microwave and just stir it every minute or so. But when you're doing it with this caramel and you want to get it well incorporated, it's much better to do it on the stovetop. And this is almost like folding whipped cream into a mousse. You just want to come up from the bottom and get the marshmallow caramel portion that's more melted to the top and just keep on doing that until it's all melted. You can see I've been stirring and it's actually much more incorporated. The marshmallows are just about all melted in, maybe another minute or so. And then I got to be ready to get this into the Rice Krispie cereal. You can see that the marshmallows are almost fully incorporated, so maybe another minute or so. And then I want to be ready to quickly get this stirred into the crispy cereal. The marshmallows are fully incorporated. You can see that does have a more caramely color than you would normally have for crispy treats. In we go. Quickly scrape it all in so it doesn't set in the pan and stick. You want to get as much of this goodness in here as you can. And then just stir in your crispy treats. Now, some people like them a little drier, so you would probably use 8 cups of cereal. I like mine a little stickier. And as you mix them, you can see it's already starting to set up. These are going to be extra gooey. And now I'm going to get it into this pan while it's still hot. It's already starting to stick to the bowl. Nice gooey. And if you leave a little behind in the bowl, that just becomes the cook's snack. But I'm going to try and get as much of this out as I can. And I want to get it patted down quickly. I don't want this to cool off yet. Okay. And it is very sticky. It's hard to work with. I don't want to burn my hands either. Quickly get our chocolate chips on there so they start melting from the heat of the caramel and marshmallow sauce. You can be as generous or not as you like. And now I'm going to try and pat this down a little more. Nope, still too hot for me to touch. So we're going to let these chips melt a little. While that's going on, a little extra salt. We do want that salted caramel flavor. Our pecans. And I'm going to be right back with a little tip for you. Okay, I want to get a few more pecans on. I don't want the chocolate chips too exposed right now because I don't want to stick to them. I'm going to spray my hands with a little cooking spray. And now I can mash it all down and get them kind of even. And I can also see there's parts where maybe I would like a little more chocolate chip going on. And if your chocolate chips don't melt as much as you would like them to, you can stick this in the oven, 300, 350 degrees, just for a couple minutes, and the chocolate chips will melt. So I'm just going to let this set up and cool, and then we can cut them. And there we have salted caramel, pecan, turtle, crispy treats. Perfect for the football game, I would say. Touchdown! Here we have our finished product. You can see that the chocolate has got nice and melty and gooey. And just to finish it off, I'm going to give it a touch more of the sea salt. Just a little sprinkle on each square. And there we have it. I think it would be really irresponsible of me if I didn't taste one of these to make sure they're good. So you can see how gooey they are and delicious. Hope you enjoy.
Yummy.